dressed in my vampire light attire, which means I'm not wearing makeup, I'm wearing my glasses, but I'm still very vampiric. Vampires come in all shapes and styles. The differences between someone who is a living vampire like me versus someone who is a human. First, both of us, we have human bodies, but my soul is a vampire. Which means I believe that when I die, my vampiric soul will enter another body and maybe, come to realize that they're a vampire one day, or maybe just stay in the coffin. Two, people who don't practice vampirism or are not vampires usually have an overabundance of energy, while as people like me do not have that energy. We were not born with all of this energy, and so we need to suck it, like Hollywood vampires would suck you from the red stuff. Three, people love going to the beach. They love summertime, and whereas me as a vampire and very many others like me do not really love that. We're not loving the sun. It makes us feel weak and weary and irritable and nauseous. Four, while you're relaxing at the end of your long hard shift, we are doing something that is called Nightside. Nightside is a ritual that is done with oneself, and it is very magical. What we do is we light candles, maybe we're sitting in front of a mirror, maybe we're playing some music, but it's basically us welcoming in the night, and it's just a big confidence boost. For those who need something to compare it to, think of it as like, affirmations. That's the word I'm looking for. Affirmations. Think of it as like affirmations for you. For us, it's called Nightside, where we just sit by ourselves, we welcome in the night, and we remind ourselves just how magical and beautiful and powerful we are. Some of you have been wondering, what does it mean to be a real vampire? So I thought I would answer. There are some real vampires that drink the red stuff from consenting donors, but that's not the type of vampire I am. I'm what's known as a psychic vampire, which means I take energy from things around me, or with consent, because consent is key, donors. So maybe you have a little bit too much energy and you want to give some to a vampire who takes energy, and you give me consent to take that energy, I would take it and I suck it in like a straw. And that's why this type of energy work, spiritually, is referred to as living vampirism. If you've heard of Reiki or energy work, this is really no different. Just for me, I have my own way of taking energy, which is I put my hands together, I feel that energy just like pulsing through my veins and my soul, and I'm just like, whoop! There is energy all around us. It's not necessarily from a person, but there's so much energy all around us that a lot of times I can just take the ambient energy and be fine. What happens if I don't take energy, though? Well, the reason we're called vampires is because we don't have that energy on our own like normal people do. So we have to take it. So when we don't take enough, or just don't take, we get kind of tired, weak feeling, maybe even a little bit irritable. And it's true what they say about the sun to an extent. It's been my experience, as well as other living vampires' experiences, that the sun, while it doesn't just burn us to a crisp, it does feel very weak and heavy on our bodies. And to an extent, it's also true what they say about vampires in the nighttime. I, as well as many other psychic vampires, living vampires, we kind of thrive in the night. Like, our most productivity is done in the night. And not many other living vampires do this, but I also live a vampire lifestyle, which means during the day you may see me with my fangs in, you may see me with my makeup in, or my vampiric attire. And then as far as my job goes, I'm a vampire on TikTok, and I guess I'm a vampluencer because I will go on TikTok live and I make a living from that, and that's really, really cool, and I'm really grateful to my fans that contribute, and I'm really grateful for all your support. But just because I do that doesn't mean all vampires do that. There are vampires who are baristas, vampires who are lawyers, vampires who are janitors, vampires who are bartenders. Like, there's just so much. But I just happen to be a living vampire practicing that spiritual side of it, that energy work. I happen to be a living vampire whose job is to be a vampire on TV. Everybody's path is different, and this is mine. I hope you got something great out of it, just for like educational purposes to figure out, in your research of living vampirism. And yeah, thanks for watching.